Hey, you. You're finally awake.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm going to apologise straight from the off. I am croaky. Very croaky. Unfortunately, Goten has been getting illnesses left, right, centre from daycare, and now it's my turn to actually pick them all up. So thank you very much, Goten. I really appreciate it. So today we're looking at the Super Nintendo and looking at those Disney games which made us feel all warm and fuzzy in our dum-dum. Before we go any further, if you think I deserve it, please remember to hit that like, hype, and subscribe button, as well as listen to the weekly podcast and join our free Discord. Over the years, there have been plenty of Disney games. Some of them are really good, some of them are really great, and I'm going to be looking at what I think are the best for the platform. As always, this is probably not the definitive list, so if you think there are ones I need to talk about, or you want to talk about some of your memories here, please let me know in the comment section. Right, let's get into it, shall we? Some of the best Disney games for the Super Nintendo. Bonkers, published by Disney and Capcom. I never saw this game growing up, and I never saw the cartoon series that it was connected to growing up. It's a Saturday morning cartoon. I'm sure some of you would have seen it. I don't even know if it made it over to England. Someone from the UK is going to have to respond to that one. Now, it follows up a washed-up bobcat called Bonkers, who was a movie star, and he has decided to be a guard, and he guards movie studios. And basically in this game, he has to recover the hat from Fantasia, the lamp from Aladdin, and Ariel's voice from The Little Mermaid. Bonkers has to traverse over 5 movie sets with 2 levels each, and boss fights. Now himself, he can jump on enemies, but he also has ability which is very similar to Buster in Buster Comes Loose, the Tiny Toons game, where he has a charge attack, and basically with that charge he can make a full dash, and when he dashes at people he can basically take them out. Now this is great for speedrunners who want to play the whole game on dash. I'd absolutely struggle on this game, but I imagine it'd be quite good fun if you're so good you could just dash through the whole stage without absolutely any problems. It has good sprite work, and if you do splat into a wall, he does kind of like a peeling off. You're going to get bored of that pretty quick, but either way, it's quite good fun to do. He can also throw bombs, which is handy at boss fights, and he also can get heart containers as he goes through the levels, as you start off with 3, but if you want to explore and you don't want to do the speedrunner approach, you can find more, and you're probably going to need it. It's not a long game, you can probably finish it in about 30-40 minutes, but that's pretty much typical for the Disney games back in the time. My god, my voice is croaky. Pinocchio. The first thing you can say about this game is, holy shit, this game looks absolutely beautiful. And it does. It was done by Virgin Interactive, who had done the Aladdin games for the Mega Drive, or Genesis before anyone shouts at me. But this game came when basically everyone had moved on to the N64 and PlayStation, so everyone kind of thought, this is kind of in the dust. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't know about it growing up because I had moved on as well, but thank God for doing retro games because I get to look at games and play games like this. The sprite work of this game is beautiful, and I will hark on about this and think it's one of the best looking games for the Super Nintendo. Just Pinocchio's sprite alone is fantastic. It's a 2D side-scroller. Pinocchio has to explore the levels to find 4 bits of paper, which he then has to present to the fairy at the end of the level. Don't do that, she'll basically whip your ass and say, oi, get back out there and go find my paper. Makes no sense why it's paper, and why she wants it, I have no idea, but who cares. And one thing that makes this game easier is that Pinocchio can take so much damage. He's a damage sponge. Again, compared to Mickey Mania or games like that, he can take so much, it's insane. Yes, it definitely is a much easier game than Mickey Mania, and the one last on our list, which you all know exactly what it is. Whilst this is quite an easy game, the minecart level sucks, because the minecart levels always do. But if you want to have fun for 40 minutes, this is definitely the game for you. Goof Troop. Now, let's be honest with ourselves, when this game first came out, it went under the radar. And we all get to see it now as the gem it is, and we know it's one of the best games on the Super Nintendo. It's actually made by Shinji Mikami. Yes, the guy who made Resident Evil. That's hilarious in itself. Imagine if Goofy was walking around the mansion. Oh, it's a zombie, huh? Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh my god, Disney, if you are listening, please give Capcom the rights to do that. As like an added skin for Leon. Oh my god, could you imagine Goofy in the Resident Evil franchise? It would work. Someone could say, oh, it's not, it wouldn't work. It bloody would. With Resident Evil being so over the top, having Goofy in there would just be superb. Now, this game can be played on its own or played 2-player, and either one you're going to get a great experience. But the funny thing is when you look at it, it plays like Zelda, without a sword. Just look at it. It's got Zelda. It's even got freaking dungeons that look like Zelda. Again, put Goofy and Zelda with a sword. I've got the Master Sword. It would work. Now, with having two characters, they each have their own stats. Goofy is stronger when he throws stuff, but he's slower, and his son Max, it's amazing that Goofy has a son, is quicker, but does less damage when he throws stuff. There are 5 stages on here, and it basically is kind of like a puzzle adventure game. Zelda, that's exactly what it is without swords. And you can throw stuff such as items, or you can kick stuff such as blocks or bombs. And you even get a hook shot, for God's sake. There's a goddamn hook shot. Now, if you play this on one-player mode, the character gets to hold 2 items, but if you're playing it with a friend, each item has 1 item to hold each. I only got to play this one person because, yeah, my children aren't old enough to play this game yet, which sucks because I really want to play it with them. There are some block puzzles, and through my research on the internet, people seem to hate these block puzzles as the game got on. But I love this sort of stuff because that's how my brain works. Give me things like sliding puzzles and I absolutely adore them, so I had no problem with them. But either way, this was a game that definitely fell under the radar back in the day, but is now getting its flowers, and everyone really sits there and goes how good this game is, and I am so happy that it does, because it really is one of the best games on the Super Nintendo. Definitely one of the best 2-player games, for sure. Aladdin. Now we can start a war here in the comment section, and we should, because this is Retro Wars, but do it nicely, about which is the better version, whether it's the Super Nintendo one done by Capcom, or the Mega Drive one which was done by Virgin Interactive. Now, I have to admit, the Mega Drive version is the better looking game. Whether it's the better playable game, that's what I think we all need to discuss in the comments. Now, as I said with the Super Nintendo one, Capcom did this one. There are 7 levels overall, and here, I think, compared to the Mega Drive one, you feel more like Aladdin, because you're essentially running around like a ninja doing parkour stuff, and once you get it down, and you're really good at it, oh my god, you are gliding through the level. And talk about gliding, Aladdin could pick up a sheet, which eventually makes him like Knuckles because he can glide through levels. However, I have a problem with that. Big problem. Why does Aladdin suddenly break the rules of physics with a bed sheet? I'm not gonna lie, if I got a bed sheet and jumped from a building, I ain't gliding. I can't take a bedsheet from home, jump off a building, and then as I'm going down, blame Capcom for it. I should blame Capcom. It's false advertising. It's ridiculous. It's stupid physics. Begging for a lawsuit. But if you've got the sheet, the game is a lot easier, because some of the platforming can be quite difficult once you get used to it. It has a good rendition of the music, it always does with these Disney games, and this one has Friend Like Me, because the Genesis version or the Mega Drive version had its own songs. But Friend Like Me is the best song in Aladdin. I will fight everyone in the comments for that. You can say Whole New World, no, it is Friend Like Me. God damn, I love Robin Williams. But this is a fantastic game, and as I said, if you can figure out how to do the parkour stuff so fluidly, it's beautiful. And it has a better final boss. The final boss of the Mega Drive version is terrible. At least the fight against Jafar here is awesome when you fight a goddamn snake. Mickey to Donald Magical Adventure 3. Oh, the voice isn't so bad now. I've been drinking lots of water in between stopping and pausing. This is a Capcom game that was only released for the Super Famicom at the time. Eventually, it was released for the Game Boy Advance, and I really recommend everyone gives it a go. This follows on 2 previous Mickey Mouse games in the same vein, and this is where Mickey and Donald can wear magical suits and they give you different abilities. Here there are 3 different suits, the Knight suit or the Tree Climber suit, and also the Magician suit. And what's really cool about this game is with the abilities and the suits, is that it actually works differently for who you've picked, whether you have Donald or whether you have Mickey. So Mickey, for example, has a knight suit, and when he wears it, it is a full-on knight suit, and he has a lance with a boxing glove on the end. Problem is, if he jumps in water, he'll absolutely sink like a stone. Donald has a barrel. He wears a barrel, which is superb. But if he falls in water, he floats. And especially also for the Magician suit, where Mickey is rocking a red mage, where Donald basically becomes like an enchantress with a genie. It's so cool. I like that because, again, they could have just done both the same and no one would have really put an issue in. But for Capcom to decide, no, we're going to have 6 different abilities, that's awesome. There are 7 levels here, and you can play this with a friend or play it on your own. So, obviously, I had to play this by myself because I don't have any friends. But there is a swimming level, because every game in the era had to have a swimming level. And it all culminates in you going to King's Peak, because obviously Pete is always the bad guy here. It's not too long a game, but there's also a password system if you want it. But it's definitely the best out of the magical adventure games. It's just a shame it took years for it to get on the GBA. Mickey Mania. Me and my brother saved up and bought this as a kid, and I asked myself, why? Not that it's a bad thing, not at all, but why did we buy this? Why didn't I buy Streets of Rage 2? I just don't understand where my head was going at that point. First of all, I will say about Mickey Mania, this game looks absolutely gorgeous. It had basically the Disney animators involved, so no wonder it looked good. In this adventure for the Mega Drive and the Super Nintendo, Mickey goes back in time and it goes through some of his old adventures such as Steamboat Willie and Prince of the Pauper, which I remember I used to watch that when I was a kid. I used to go to my auntie's house in London. That was our holiday back in the day. I'd get the train to London to see my auntie, and she had Prince and the Pauper on VHS. It was the only way I could see it, and I absolutely loved it because it was a big childhood memory of mine. So it was really cool to be playing it as like the final zone. And you have to admit, when you go through some of the environments here, it really does feel like you're in that cartoon. Like the Steamboat Willie section right at the beginning is just beautiful. It is a 2D platformer, but there are some things you have to kind of explore and work out what you're doing. So for example, in the Steamboat Willie level, you have to ring these bells to lower a bridge. But when you're going through the laboratory, you have to make these potions, which just annoyed the absolute tits out of me. It really did. Like also, Mickey needs to start up his kind of run animation, which is a little bit annoying. It takes a little bit to get going, but once you figure it out, it's okay. But with the Super Nintendo, it has to load. What do you mean, loading? Why? Like the Mega Drive version doesn't with its blast processor, but the Super Nintendo version actually has to load, and the Mega Drive version has more levels, which is one thing you need to look at. But I will say, all the enemy sprites in this game look incredible, especially the skeletons in the laboratory level. Oh my god, seeing them explode just looks beautiful. And unlike the Pinocchio game, this game is tough. This game is a hard game to do. I played this again for the podcast and was surprised. I was like, how the hell did I finish as a kid? This is tough. But it's not the hardest game on the list. Lion King. Yes, we all know this was going to make an appearance. It's balls hard. And if anyone says, it is. Now, me and my brother, again, we did save up for this one. I remember we had to save our pocket money up for weeks. And we eventually finished school one day. I think I was like 10 at the time, maybe even, I think I was young, maybe 8 or 9. And then my mum said, yes, you've got enough to go get the game. We're like, yay. And then we got to the second level and went, oh no, this game is really hard. And yes, that second level is where Disney thought, no, you're not beating this in one weekend. We're going to absolutely screw you. And it wasn't necessarily the monkeys that were the problem, it was the fact with the hippos, and you got to swing on the tail, and you have to swing right on the edge of the tail, not in the middle of its butt, because you'll fall into the water, and the goddamn ostrich. Although when I replayed this game again as an adult, I had no problem with the ostrich section. I struggled with the elephant graveyard and had to fight 3 hyenas at once with baby Simba. Now, this game was also a pain in the arse to finish as well because you had to flip Scar over like in the movie, and I could not work out for the life of me how to do the bloody somersaults. So I spent hours bloody slapping the shit out of Scar and then couldn't flip him over. The poor thing's probably just like end me now, although to be fair, he probably deserves all the smacking around he gets. I don't know why Simba just couldn't bite him, do the death bite and just finish it off. No, gotta look dramatic and throw him off into the flames. Either way, Lion King is still a great game. It's not the best of the Super Nintendo, I really don't think it is, but it's fun, it's challenging, it has a good job of putting the movie across, and also with the music. But again, I don't think it's the best. People might fight me in the comments and say it is, I just don't think it is. And that's it. Some of the best Disney games for the Super Nintendo. As always, let me know in the comments below if I've missed any, or you want to talk about the games I've mentioned here. And as always, if you have enjoyed this, please hit that like button and the hype button, as that is what helps the channel grow, and especially as YouTube are focusing more on shorts rather than longer form videos. Until then, I'll see you all in a few days. My name's been Danny. Take care of yourself. Follow your dreams.